So yeah, Chitra, would you want to ponder over what Sujata said right now and tell us
Correct.
where is this need to get some kind of validation coming from? Uh, if you were to
Hmm.
study yourself, um,
So, maybe getting, I'm not sure. Actually, this is like, it's like a process which will continue for maybe few more days, digging into myself as
yeah,
to,
yeah,
but uh, maybe getting some kind of a reassurance that what you're doing is right, or maybe you're on the right track, or uh, maybe just the need to share what's inside me. And so I'm just trying to understand with the people that I share, what do I get after sharing.
yeah. That's a good place to
So
start.
maybe someone who listens completely, mm, without judging, just there to listen every all the stories that I have to say, good, bad, everything. Maybe even the mm, mistakes that one has done. But if you tell it to others, they would be like, oh, you did this, oh. So someone who listens to everything and doesn't really go about
Judging.
judging you. So maybe that. So then you get some reassurance that yeah, you are a human and it's not that bad, whatever you've done. So that could be one. Secondly is I feel everyone has this need to communicate and talk, but so yeah, you talk to certain people you're comfortable with, the others you're not sure whether they can understand your wavelength, so to say. And maybe sometimes I am not very accomplished to um, or maybe I would say while talking to someone um, whom I trust, I get more clarity about myself, probably, is what I feel. Because when I don't feel, say, accomplished with, say, for example, since I have a yoga background, if I am, you know, my day to day, what programs probably I could do or things like that. If I'm thinking by myself, after a point, I am stuck. But if I am talking to someone who's ready to listen and maybe have a conversation, uh, then ideas come up. So that is where, yeah. So that is one thing, is what I can, say about myself up
Yeah.
to now. But I think I'm going to think about this more.
Yeah, the idea is that I have a interesting take on this.
Mhm.
Um, I do not know where I come from. My study of myself mentally is not up to it yet in that sense. But I vibe well with people who are introverted, and uh, while I am quite gregarious in the way I present myself, thanks to the profession that I belong to, I learned a lot from my peers in the profession, and it helped. You couldn't sell your work internally or to others unless you showed excitement. I lost
Mm.
quite a few years doing what think is extraordinary stuff till date after 20 years also. But I never had to, I never wanted to go out, and you cannot be excited. You're creating. It's a very nascent and a very vulnerable phase uh, of you that you are sharing with the world. But in the industry that I belong to, there was a lot of cutthroat competition among creatives who wanted to show they were very effervescent about the idea and the way they presented. So I actually worked a lot to reach where I did in terms of this personality that people take for granted. Um, One of the turning points in my life was I was part of a big agency where people were quite bad, as people also very uncouth, and they were very very confident, and it helped their work sell. Um, when I quit and started my own work, my own agency, one of the things I took from there was, if people um, who are not the kind of person that I am, for want of a better term, I know that I'm honest about my work. I know I'm trying the best for my clients. I know this is what I want to do. Uh, why should I not be confident about it? Why should I not present my best to the world? Along with it, automatically, I have always gravitated towards friendships about with people who are what I used to be quite a lot. And I go out of my way. You will not believe this, and show sides of myself that literally scare the hell out of them. How can one have a conversation like this? Sheerly because of this one aspect. Because over a period, I realized that there's nobody who's going to come and do it for them. They will have to learn to come out with certain aspects. With all due respect to what both of you mentioned, there are certain aspects that need not be shared, which you know, I would go back to the Buddha because of something that you said. Sometimes you get better clarity on a subject. I think one of the wonderful points he has made is that a friend is one who means you well and gives you wise counsel, sometimes even advising you against doing something that you are hell bent on doing because you may not know it. So, but that's a different talk altogether about friendship. But yeah, it is why one should open up a bit and talk. Uh, so on now to pick it up and put it for discussion. Uh, would Sujata, with her wisdom and having reached a point of, we'll just continue the term emotional intelligence. I do not um, know whether it really means that. Again, the technical definition, but just for our conversation's sake, if has she reached there, or is it um, a provocative word? Is it cockiness on her part to um, to assume so? Because at some point, going back to old timers, we used to have men who never displayed emotions and they died of heart attacks. Um, and today we find a lot of women who are um, in good positions of power, who were supposed to be very open about their expression of emotion. They are not doing so as randomly as they did. So, would you want to mull over that and make any points? Do you think you need to revisit and relook at that point? Whether at some points do you break that norm and still go and discuss things with people, or is it cast in stone? No, now I'm comfortable. I do not want to do this anymore at all.
I wouldn't say I don't do it anymore at all. It has just become really selective over a period of time because, like Chitra said, you may speak to a friend who's willing to listen to you in a very non judgmental way. They may not be able to come up with any solution, but the fact that they have just listened to you, heard you out, makes you feel better about the situation or whatever it is. So I still do share things with my closest friends, uh, but they are by and large mostly professional bits, I would say. It's more about, you know, checking with a close friend if I should have a certain tagline for my new venture or should I go after a certain client, what should be my approach, etc. And that is purely because the individual on the other side is more experienced, or we have a certain wavelength that matches. And more or less, not trying to sound have any element of cockiness here, more or less the answer that I get seems to be what I was veering towards in the first place before I went out and asked this individual what I should be doing. So I think it probably comes in time. I don't know how to explain that.
Okay, no, so we'll just stick to why not the personal things.
Yeah, so I don't feel the need. In fact, the question did arise to me earlier. So when Chitra said I speak to people or I speak to some friends, do we then selectively speak to our different friends on selective things and not necessarily share the same thing with three different people?
Okay, that's very interesting. Do you want to pause, Chitra? Would you want to, if you're sharing it, the same secret or same thought process with two different people,
Would you,
do you word it in a manner where both of them find it more palatable to their own taste?
uh,
Is that what
if
you
I
mean?
may add just one little thing, or if one issue is personal and the other issue is professional, so do you have two different people that you would approach?
Mhm. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
No? Yeah, okay.
Uh, so yes, um, for me, it's to I have close friends, but uh, yeah. So there are people with whom I can talk personal as well as professional stuff. There is no boundary as to it, only this stuff can be, or I talk to them only to empty myself. For with them, it's personal, professional, A to Z, everything. It's like I can talk moon, stars, trees, anything with them.
Okay.
But with certain, it's only professional. I don't feel the need to really talk about myself or maybe what is bothering me with them. I am very much willing to listen to them and listen to their stories if they have to share. But I don't feel very comfortable talking about my personal stories with them. So then they are good friends. I can keep their secrets, but I can't talk about my secrets with them.
Okay. No, so we'll go to the question that I had asked you. If there are two people that you are friendly with and you're sharing the same
Hmm.
secret with both of them, um, would you just word it in a fashion so that you get a appropriate response from them the way you want, or are you genuinely honest about what you feel?
Uh, I think if there are two people with whom I can share the same secret, then I am. It's the same thing that I'm sharing. I'm not modifying anything to suit one person or the other.
Okay,
Maybe situation-wise, a little here and there, but the essence would not change.
wonderful. So maybe we've lost track of the introverted part of the interview. But no, I think it's a wonderful walk into the bylanes of our minds to figure out what is introvertedness exactly. So on a level of, uh, I have realized now I'm putting up a question because I do not have a question coming from any of you at this point. Um, when I sit down with different people and try to help them open up and become more confident versions of themselves, um, the reason is purely to give them something that I stumbled upon uh, in terms of realizing, okay, there is this, I think, JFK quote: the only way for evil to succeed is for good people to sit and do nothing. I think on a daily basis, people like us who, even my clients, sometimes I tell them they are doing great work. But when they are asked, okay, why don't you put this out? They say, no, no, we don't want to talk about this aspect. Now the problem is people who are not doing great work are going all over and being cocky and being very confident and ruling the airwaves, if I were to use the term. and people who are genuinely questioning themselves, um, trying to walk the difficult path, hearing the small still voice inside, trying to do the right things, even under grave provocation, and succeeding. Matlab, they are actually going through a bad time, but they would rather stick to their version of things. Um, they don't talk about it. I'll give you a quick example. When I was into film production for a while, I realized there was no way of telling the truth and sticking to film production, at least in my case. Um, from the word go, you had to say paisa. There is no money in this project. If I shook hands with you on the project, the first thing I said, there is no money on the project. No matter what the project was, no matter how much money we had been told by the client, I could never tell you. And I had to squeeze the hell out of you. And I would judge you if you are deserving of this money. I would give you a little more later to make you feel good and get into the rhythm of things. I would make the experience as pleasant as possible, but I would not tell you the truth most times. And over a period, it started clashing with my personal values and my personal life journey. I realized I could not match both these things very well. Uh, I share this story with all my clients. I share this story with my friends. The idea is to tell them the challenge is going to be there. The entire values workshop, if there were a line defining it, is about the challenges. It's not about the accomplishment. It is about the factor of fear and doubt and being unsure and not knowing. If if it if at all I had to go out on a limb, I would call it an introverted venture. That's what we've been trying to do, and between Sujata and me also we've tried to do that. So now the question is, with different people I've realized sometimes it's at least one or two people I know that you go on sharing secrets, you go on doing a lot of things, a lot of hand holding, far more than required. Yet they do not take home the message of, okay, yes, I can also open up and I can also uh, face the world. Everybody has some or the other flaws. Everybody stumbles. It's a journey. There's no ready-made way to reach where Sujata has reached, for example, that she is complete in herself, even for a brief period. That's fine. Um, with the law of impermanence always hanging over us. So I would say brief period. But yeah, even to reach this brief period is not an easy task. You go through your journey. So what could it be that we'll come to only Chitra to start with, because you are the certified introvert here. Um, what is it that you would want to hear that would give you the comfort of saying, okay, I can trust. I can trust opening up, and obviously you'll have secrets. There is nobody who can stand on. You got to become a saint of a very high quality, a Jesus or somebody who can live his life out there. None of us have reached, or a Gandhi, for example. We are still struggling with very basic issues. Um, how does one open up more or flower? Because introvertedness is a limitation in running your life, in running your business sometimes, in um, in maybe garnering new business, for example. If you're too caught up in your own version of things, you might not be able to go out and do this. I will